latest news headlines from Newfound News.
It is Monday, January 12th. Good stormy morning across Newfoundland and Labrador. Our top news story. Today, the Urgent Care Center located at 28 Stavanger Drive will open in St. John's to the public. Urgent care centers are meant to alleviate wait times in emergency departments by providing less emergent care to patients. Urgent care centers are equipped to deal with injury assessments such as sprains, strains, and minor breaks, skin infections, burns and cuts, respiratory infections with fever, cough, and or shortness of breath, stomach illness with nausea, vomiting, and or diarrhea, and urinary tract infections. In other news, the Winter Activity Center at Pippi Park opened for the season on Saturday. Located in the North Bank Lodge, the center marks the start of the winter recreation at the park, which has been prepared for snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and skate skiing. Trails are free to use and may be lit for evening activity, depending on conditions. And finally, the RNC is investigating a structure fire reported in central St. John's on Saturday evening. Officers responded to the scene and assisted the St. John's Regional Fire Department, while crews worked to extinguish the blaze. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Your weather forecast is coming up right after this.
Now, your provincial weather forecast for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, it's certainly a stormy morning out there across the province. We do have some snow along the west coast and central, and we do have some rain for eastern areas, and the winds are starting to pick up in most areas as well. We do have quite a few weather alerts in effect across Newfoundland and portions of southeastern Labrador. I'll step out of the way here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We do have an orange wind warning right now for the Avalon and portions of the northeast and south coast. By the time we get to the overnight hours, the winds may gust up to 130 at times. And then the areas there in western Newfoundland, that's highlighted in yellow, that's where we have a yellow winter storm warning, and some significant snow, in fact up to 40 centimeters is possible for some areas. And then we do have a yellow freezing rain warning, and a blowing snow warning in effect for portions of the south coast. And then southeastern Labrador, we do have those orange winter storm warnings and a yellow winter storm warning as well. So it is going to be quite an unsettled evening, evening, and even tomorrow morning for some areas across Newfoundland and Labrador. The forecast for today. We'll start our weather story in the east. We are looking at showers today for St. John's and down toward Marystown. Probably going to see some snow mixing in at times. Gander looking at some rain today. For the Avalon, we're not going to see too much rain, probably about 5 to 10 millimeters. The big story for the Avalon is going to be the winds as we head through the evening and the overnight hours. And then Grand Falls today, looking at kind of a mixed bag. We are going to see some freezing rain that should likely transition to rain before changing back to snow later today. And then along the west coast, where we have those winter storm conditions, we are looking at snow, heavy at times, and blowing snow. Corner Brook all the way up to and including St. Anthony. And then in southeastern Labrador today, it's going to be a similar story. We are looking at snow and blowing snow. Similar conditions expected in Happy Valley Goose Bay. But once you get north and west of Goose Bay, it's actually not too bad, looking at a mix of sun and cloud for Nain and for western areas of Labrador. Overnight tonight, we are going to see conditions continue to be stormy. We are going to see temperatures fall, of course, as we head through the night. So areas of the east that's going to see the rain, you're going to see some flurries, or at least a chance of flurries. But the big story tonight for eastern Newfoundland is going to be the winds. We are going to see winds gusting, as I mentioned earlier, up to 130 along some coastal areas. So it's certainly going to be a stormy evening, and of course any flurries we get, it's just going to be blowing around, so we are going to see reduced visibility tonight as well. That's pretty much the story as well as we head through central Newfoundland. And back across the west coast, we are looking at snow and blowing snow continuing. And then in Labrador, we are looking at cloudy periods for most areas with a chance of flurries in the west. We'll have the latest storm closures and storm updates on our website throughout the day. You can head on over there to check out the very latest.